Palmares is a land with 2 million square meters. The morphology of the land is totally downhill and we have a density of just 5%. The best resorts in Portugal, the densities are around 30%. Here in Palmares we have 5%. So when we have a big size land all the time downhill and very low densities, we are able to place the constructions to have everything with sea view. We are aware this property is unique. We have more than 180 degrees of sea views, starting in the estuary of Alvor and finishing at Ponta da Piedade. We have one of the best golf courses in Europe, and we have the opportunity to develop units, properties with sea views, which is very rare. We hired one of the best architects in the world. Robert Trent Jones Jr. is a famous character in the golf industry. He redesigned and made 27 holes of golf. As you can see, has a unique part on the dunes, has a very good part facing the estuary of Alvor, and one part which is kind of heathland. This golf course now has been acclaimed by all the golf industry. It's been 7 consecutive times named the best golf course in Portugal, and by all the international magazines named as one of the best golf courses in Europe. So this is the first ingredient of Palmares. We are very happy because out of 2 million square meters, this takes 50% of the area. The second and very important ingredient was this boutique hotel. We opened in April 2017, so the hotel is now 1 year old. We are very happy and fortunate with the location again. We can take clients in a buggy to the meia-praia beach. They have about 2 kilometers of beach on their own. They feel like they're in the desert beach, so they will not be packed with people around them. Only people in buggies can have access to this part. So the hotel has been a fantastic success. In bookings.com we have 9.5, so the clients have been very happy. People that are interested in checking the lifestyle they could get buying a property in Palmares, usually a good trial is to stay at the hotel, to have a meal there, and they can have a feeling of what's being in the resort. We take deep advantage of the morphology of the land, so we have plots, all of them with sea views, but with different characteristics. So we have plots with more panoramic views, so they'll have more ocean atmosphere. We have plots that are closer to the estuary of Alvor, so they'll feel the tides coming up and down, so they have this kind of magic of opening the window and checking if the tide is up or if the tide is totally down. And you have some other plots that are golf front line, so for the golf lovers that want again to feel the greens coming up to their gardens, is something that to have in mind, that we have plots with these locations. We have different clients working with different targets. We have some clients that when they are buying a plot, they want to develop as soon as possible, so we have project management teams ready to help people during all these projects so they can do this as soon as possible. We have people that want to develop villas, but they want to wait for a couple of years for their retirement before they start their project. We have a time frame where people could wait a little bit before they start construction, and we are about to launch a third option, which is for us, Palmares, to develop our own villas together with RCR, which are the Pritzker Awards of 2017. And in this model, we sell a turnkey villa. So we are going to develop a finished solution for people that just want to buy and step in their villas as soon as possible. So we are going to have these 3 options for different types of clients. We are aware that 90% of the clients are people coming from abroad. They are still very active professionally wise, so we have solutions to take care about all phases of the project. Usually we put the clients in deep connection with project managers. These project managers, they escort the client, talking with the architects, the contractors, hiring the construction, so we make sure that this process of developing the project, of doing the construction, is something very pleasant. And in the end, what clients will get when buying a plot to develop a villa is they'll get a tailor-made villa designed specifically for that family. And on the other hand, they get a discount in what they would get in buying a finished product villa, because the promoter is not taking part of the margin of the construction. like to be very conservative in this process, and on the timeline we always keep in mind that there is a fun part, an interesting part of a project being developed together with the family input, together with architects' work, and this is a very interactive work where you could get a villa that is designed specifically with this input. This work of the project between the client and the architect could take around 3 months. Licensing is very quick here at Palmares because we have a consolidated urban plan, so licensing should take around 3 months and construction should take around 1 year. So we have 1 year and a half if clients want to be very prudent and take another 6 months as a safe zone. The maximum time frame you will get to have a finished product is 2 years. Could start buying a plot around 700,000 euros for the land up to 1,800,000, depending on what type of sea view you want. The same applies to construction. You could have a little bit of everything. The starting price of a villa around Palmares, finished product, would start below 1.5 million, so the cost of that would be around 4,500 euros a square meter, which is a price that compares very well with anything similar. And anything similar would be a villa within a 5-star resort, modern construction with sea views, which is something that is very rare to find in the local market. The keyword that occurs to me in the Western Algarve is a sense of opportunity. So in the Western Algarve is part of the Algarve which is underdeveloped, where you can feel very well the nature. Concerning Palmares, is one of the last opportunities that I'm aware of in Iberia to have a sea view property at a reasonable price. The most special feature of Palmares is what Mother Nature gave us, so we want to take advantage of this. 80% of the buildings have a maximum of 2 floors, and 20% of the buildings have a maximum of 3 floors, so we are trying not to spoil and to have a different kind of the Algarve, which is actually what people are looking for when they are buying in the Western Algarve. One of the first things we hear is that people enjoy the silence, the sounds of nature. What we are doing is we are creating infrastructure ready for people to stop their cars as soon as they arrive to Palmares. We are going to have valet parkings, underground parkings for all the villa owners, for all the apartment owners, having electrical buggies and electrical bikes, incentivizing people to stop their cars and never turn them again while they are at Palmares. So the feeling will be just hearing the noise of the birds, the golf course, the sea, and forgetting the urban sense that is something that people want to forget once they reach Palmares and once they reach Algarve. Regarding the new project, it's very exciting, this new stage that we entered in Palmares. We hired recently one of the best architects in the world. RCR are actually the Pritzker Awards of 2017. Pritzker Award is the highest achievement an architect could get, is the equivalent of a Nobel Prize of architecture. The first project that we gave them to develop was a new clubhouse. So the new clubhouse will be on a point of convergence of the resort where you have 180 degrees of sea view. We are going to start the construction next spring to finish the construction in the spring of 2020. Second project that we are developing together with RCR is a couple of clusters of apartments. These apartments will have a direct link to the clubhouse. All the time there will be apartments with hospitality services, and they'll have the option to buy to let. So the new ownership of Palmares brought many things to the project. More important, I would highlight the investment capacity. So we now are financially stronger. We can invest at a faster pace, so we want to bring the resort to maturity as soon as possible. That's why the infrastructures are being done so quickly. That's why we are going to do the clubhouse right now, and that's why we are looking to develop a second hotel as soon as possible. So this is possible with a more financially stronger shareholder structure, which is what we have at the moment. Also regarding architecture, there's a vision of putting more value with famous architecture and with a type of architecture that fits into the project, which fits into the local culture. That's what these Pritzker Award winners bring into the project, which is an idea of the new shareholders that we have around Palmares right now.